If you don't mind just sharing your emotions of the moment, if it's the disappointment of this series or how you feel about the whole season, what are you guys feeling right now?
I mean, for me, I think we're definitely disappointed right now. We obviously wanted to win this game and win the series and go on to the World Series. Overall, I think on the year, nobody expected us to be here. We proved a lot of people wrong. We believed in ourselves as a team. We were able to overcome a lot of obstacles together and get to this point. And I mean, obviously the end goal is the World Series, but when you don't get there, you gotta look back at the season and realize everything that we were able to accomplish. And we were able to accomplish a lot of good things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's disappointment. I mean, we're all, at the end of the day, we're all competitors, and we all want to make it to the end goal. The end goal is the World Series and winning it. And since I was traded over here and was able to just, I got to watch for pretty much 2 weeks, and it was like, we went on that road trip, 10-gamer, and went like 2-8, and I was just like, oh, you know what? Like, this team's grinding. Like, they're not quitting in any of these games. Like, this is what it takes to win in the postseason. And we fought, scratch clawed this to get our way into the playoffs. And then we went in wild card. We played unbelievable going into the division series. Played unbelievable too. And we even I thought we grinded our butts off through this series, and this didn't work out. But I think that the group should be very proud of themselves. I wasn't here since day one, but hearing the story behind that no one expected them to be even in the playoffs and not finishing even close to first or second in the division, this team should be very proud of themselves.
And on your left, Alex.
Nate, your velocity was down a little bit at the start of the game. How were you feeling a couple of days removed from the bullpen outing? And as intense as is that about as intense as you've ever experienced in the fourth inning when you had runners on second and third with no outs there?
Yeah, I mean, physically I felt good. I think the other night when I came in the ninth inning, it was, I was doing too much. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be doing that today. I wanted to make sure I was executing my pitches, and I felt like we had a good game plan coming in. Bregman got a base hit, and then I felt like I made a good pitch to Alvarez, and he's been hot right now. And he drove that ball to center, and once we were down one, it kind of had our backs against the wall. And then in the fourth inning, they were able to get 2 more hits, runners on second and third, and I was able to work my way around it. And good at bat with Correa, Tucker, and then we were able to intentionally walk Gurriel, and it was a big inning for us. I was hoping that was going to be the inning to get us back into the game and get us going, but tonight it just wasn't our night. Their pitching was great. They stayed on us the entire night, but physically I felt good, and I felt like as the game got kept going on, the velo and everything was coming back, and I was setting in good.
On the third row, Sean.
Kyle, you guys started off so well offensively in this series. Alex talked about Houston's plan kind of changing starting in Game 4. Why do you think you guys weren't able to make adjustments to counter that?
Yeah, I feel like the Game 5 back in Boston, you tip your cap. The Fromber there, I mean, he was lights out. I mean, the guy was ticked up in velocity the whole time, and dotting, and when that guy's on and he's got really high ground ball rate, you tip your cap. And going into the day, we had our game plan, and you come out and the guy is tick up in velocity and a little bit more sharp than he was in that first game that we saw him. And even though the the results weren't there, the resiliency was there. It was a full-on battle, right? Like, you're not going to go out there and score 10 runs in every postseason game. Like, that's a dream, right? That's what you want to do. like if I've been in, I've been in a lot of postseason games. I've never seen 10 runs scored in a couple games in a row, right? And you got to be able to be realistic, and you got to tip your cap sometimes. Guys are good. They're paid the same way as we are, and it's frustrating, obviously, for us because we came out so well, and we came out really well throughout the whole postseason, and just got to tip your cap.
5 rows back on your right.
Hey, Kyle, I know you touched on it a couple questions ago, but what was different about this locker room here in Boston, and could you see yourself here in the future knowing your what's going forward in the winter?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could, tell everyone which I'm going to. I just want to say thank you to the whole group. Like, being the new guy coming in, it's not easy, right? Like, it's and the thing, like, I never played with any one of these guys before. Like, no previous experience, and these guys made it so easy on me just to be able to come in, and me being hurt, like, they could all look at me sideways and be like, why we treat for a guy that's hurt, right? And I just want to say thank you to the whole group, like, starting from AC to the coaching staff to the players to the front office, that they all let me be myself, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, you're coming into a really good situation, and you just kind of want to mold right in. You don't want to be a roadblock or an obstacle. You don't want to feel like the whole group needs to get to know you. It's just like I just want to kind of mold in and go from there. And I mean, this is definitely a clubhouse that I could see myself wanting to stay in. Like, these guys are amazing. It's I said this. It's 2 World Series teams going at it. Like, this is a World Series clubhouse, and I would love to hopefully see if that opportunity comes back.
Do a couple more. Dan, right here on your right.
Being from Waltham helps too, right?
Exactly.
Nate, just to follow up what Kyle said, a lot of people, the expectations weren't that high for you guys this year in some corners. But what we were able to accomplish this year and going forward, how much do you like this team, the foundation that's been laid, and having Heim and Alex there to run things too?
No, yeah, of course. I mean, having AC back at the top and, guiding us this whole way, I think you see the difference from last year and this year. I mean, the group of guys we have, the good solid core, I mean, it's coming back next year. We got a lot of things to look forward to, and I think having this bitter taste in our mouth is going to be good motivation again for next year coming forward. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been such a roller coaster ride of a year. I mean, we've accomplished again like a lot of really good things, and once we got Sale back at the All-Star break, and we got the trade deadline, things like that, we got Schwarber. It's like we really took off, and I think that last bit of the season, that last month, and then going into the postseason, I think that's what you look forward to next year. Everybody was coming together. We weren't just relying on one guy at the plate. We weren't just relying on one arm in the bullpen. Everybody was stepping up, contributing, and a lot of our younger guys really stepped up to the plate, up to the challenge and everything. You got Houck out there who was able to throw the ball great tonight. He's been outstanding for us all season. Whitlock, he's been. I mean, he was. Our lead guy in the pen. Yeah, I mean, he was unbelievable all year, and I mean, this is his first big league year. So I mean, the roof. I mean, there's no limit to everything that he can do, and I think just defensively, where we started at the beginning of the season to where we ended, I mean, there's a lot of very positive things to take out of this year, and that's what we got to make sure we focus on in the off season and coming back to next year.
We'll do 2 more quick ones. Jason on your left.
And Nate, obviously the disappointing ending for you guys as a team, but you maybe had your best regular season ever, made 4 really good postseason starts. What are your emotions like of what you were able to accomplish on a personal level?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's being able to stay healthy. You know what I mean? And that's a big thank you to our training staff. They've been unbelievable for us this year. Our coaching staff and taking care of me, knowing when to take me out of games. I'm not the best in saying when I'm done, when I'm ready to come out of games, and everything I was able to accomplish. It's it's thanks to them. It's having Vasky and Plow behind the plate. Wong as well. And being able to work in between each start, everybody on the same page of what we're trying to accomplish and the way we're attacking hitters, and just being able to adjust kind of on the fly mid-game, and even needing to have multiple ways of getting them out. And, I think the biggest thing for me has been able to adjust game to game. You know, if I had a bad game, I was able to kind of figure out what I was doing wrong, and we were able to right the way and be able to come back out the next start and have a quality start. You know, our entire pitching staff, you know, our entire rotation, I think that everybody stayed healthy this year, and it's unbelievable to be able to do. And again, it's a big thank you to our training staff and the way that they handle us and take care of us. So
We'll finish up with Steve in the middle.
Kyle, you've not played a lot of first base, but at a pivotal point in the game, you turn an unassisted double play with Jordan scoring from third. Could you take us through the play, and did you think you had a chance at 3?
Yeah, it was a very weird play. I mean, especially just with the situation where it's a one-run game and you don't want that guy to score. You get the ball hit to you, and you know, I got it, and in the corner of my eye, I could see Correa kind of go back to the bag, and you know, when I caught the ball, I looked at third, and I thought I saw him pause, you know, just kind of stop. And so I was like, okay, he's not going to go. So that's when I kind of turned around, and that's when I went for the tag and the step on first. And then when I turned back around, obviously, you know, he scored. And you know, if I could kind of do it all back, you know, I wish that I could have just realized that, you know, you have a little bit more time there, just because Correa is coming back to the bag, and you can see if Jordan's going to go home. You know, me personally, I didn't want the run to score. You know, I'd rather keep the run from not scoring, and you know, having us work our way out of from there, and you know, just realizing that I could have had a little bit more time with Correa going back to the bag to really kind of stop him fully, and then you could probably still turn a double play. So, you know, that was a play that I kind of wish I could have back, but in the moment, it's just kind of, it's rolling, and yeah, it was a tough play, but I mean, looking back at it now, that's kind of the overall that I wish that I could have done, is just stop them fully, and then we could have still possibly turned a double play.
Guys, really fun ride. Thanks for everything this month, and appreciate it very much.
thank you.